Hi, Matt here to do a review of the Nikon 24-70 2.8 Pro Grade Zoom Lens. This is the probably one of the higher end mid-range zooms that Nikon has. It is the newer model. It has the in coating, which is the nanocrystal coating on the second element in that helps reduce flare of the sun. And it is a, let's see, spherical obviously, and it has the ED glass like most of the lenses do these days, or the higher end Nikon glass. As far as the switches, obviously this is not a VR lens. They haven't come out with one yet. I really don't see the need. Obviously, it's really nice to have that, but with a 24-70 it's not needed as much as with the 70-200, which has it. So I'm just fine with this not having the VR. Obviously you have your manual auto and your manual switch. That's pretty much the only switch on this lens. We have the zoom ring right here, and as you can see, the barrel does extend. So actually at 70 millimeters is kind of a part way out. At 50 it's almost, that's where I leave it in the bag, at 50 millimeters. Like when I go to put it away, that's the lowest it'll go. So then once you start to extend back out, you're at the 24 millimeter. So the barrel extends. With some of the older models, I heard that this started to get a little sticky. I bought mine in 2011, I believe, right before Christmas, and I've had it a little over a year now, I guess, and almost a year, let's say. And it's just as smooth as the day I bought it, so that's great. Glad that didn't cause a problem. So they obviously have fixed that. Okay, the whole thing is pretty much metal. It's all metal construction. This is metal, the barrel, all of this basically is metal. The only thing that's really not metal on it is your rubber grips for the zoom and the focus ring, and then obviously this piece is plastic that has the focus window in it. There's no reason for it to be metal, and also can't really tell, the switch is plastic but the other part's metal. So everything's pretty much metal on this, which is a very nice construction. The lens hood is not metal, but it's a very thick plastic. If you're used to any of the other Nikon lens hoods, this is probably the best one you're going to get, other than the metal lens hoods of the older the older lenses. But this is actually a much stouter lens hood than even the 70-200. The 70-200 comes with a lens hood that you can flex pretty easily, but this is almost twice as thick plastic on this. Now if you put the lens hood on, the good thing about it is it has a very good click to it, and it locks in with a button that you can undo, and it works pretty much better than any lens hood I've used, so that, other than maybe a screw-on metal lens hood. And another good thing about this is the lens hood doesn't actually attach to the barrel. That extends back and forth. So, if you were to accidentally drop this, you wouldn't really, it wouldn't be great to drop it obviously, but you would have to worry less about you messing up and bending the barrel, or doing some internal damage, because it's actually mounted to the very outside, probably the most stout part of this lens. So, that's a good thing. I don't think I could say many bad things. It's basically built like a tank, and it just does what it's supposed to. I'm going to show some sample pictures I've taken with it, which I don't know if I even need to. Everybody knows what a 24-70 will do, and we know that at 2.8 this thing's pretty sharp. As sharp as any zoom you're going to get, basically wide open at 2.8, this will do it. Obviously you can step it up to 4 or 5.6 to get a better, greater depth of field, and also a tiny bit of sharpness increase. But really, 2.8, you can throw that thing at 2.8, do whatever you want with it, have very sharp images. So we're going to look at the back here. We have obviously your metal mount like anything's going to be, and that's pretty large. So they've used as much as they could as to get as large of an aperture as they could, obviously. Now we have the D800 here. I'm going to mount this on the D800 just to give you an idea of what it looks like on a full frame camera. Okay, there we go. Now the D800 is not as large as a D4 or D3 or D3S or anything like that. It's more in similar size to a D700, as you probably know, and it is a little bit lighter than the D700. So together, everything together on this, it makes a really nice setup for, I mean, it's not too heavy. I'd say it probably comes in a little less than 4 pounds, probably around 3 pounds. So there you go. Now we can do a little focusing test if you want. We all know it's going to be a quick focuser. We'll put it at 70. I'm going to do it out the window, trying to grab focus on something. So that came pretty good. I'll do it with the lens cap on just to show you how fast it'll go back and forth to focus. Pretty quick. Now let's do it at 24, wide open. Obviously it's going to be a little faster at 24. Do it with the lens cap off. Yeah, there it grabs focus pretty quick. And it's very silent. It's about as silent. It uses the silent wave motor technology. You know, that's with all the 2.8 glasses pretty much use that now. It's pretty silent. Obviously, if you're going to use it for video, manually focus it, there's pretty much no way around not having that noise in your video. Unless you use an external mic, obviously. Then maybe you can get away with some of that. Other than that, this lens, I've shot with it a bunch. I've been lucky enough not to drop the lens. I've kept it in pretty good condition, but it's built like a tank. I don't know any other way to put it, but we're going to give you a little more show of this.